Dial this down. No, I like it. Hey everybody, welcome to the Table Read Show, where we have great stories and then great discussions. I'm your host, Mikey Kelch, coming at you with episode 2, the great discussions part. I didn't say the tagline in the first episode because we didn't have that in the first episode. The first episode we just sort of read, and by we I mean me, I sort of just read my script and that was pretty much it. So this episode, I'm going to talk a little bit, I'm going to go over notes. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what I want for the show in general. Like if you want to send your new script, the direction of the show, what the episodes are going to be like in the future. So we'll just go over a little bit of basic about what this podcast is, because I'm sure there are a lot of people who, there are people who just sort of found the show organically and don't really know me. I haven't described it to them. So this episode is for any potential new subscribers that just sort of stumble onto this. They don't know what the fuck this episode or this show's about. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and get on that right now. I have some notes here. So what we're going to do in the show, we're going to focus on original scripts, that haven't been produced yet. So we're not going to read The Godfather or anything like that. Scripts that you want to send in, and we'll do a table read. The first episode was all me. Future episodes, 90% of them, or closer to 100%, I'd like to have myself do the descriptions, the direction, the action, have a male actor do all the male parts, and the female actor do all the female parts. And we'll do a read of your show. We'll edit it up. We're not going to do it live or anything like that. We'll edit it up, dial it in, and post that. And then later, what I'd love to have is listeners send in their notes, their constructive criticisms. At this point, I'd even accept troll notes because we just want to build our listener base. Any kind of comments you have at all, even if it's just loved it, hated it, we'd love you to send that in. And you can send in your scripts, your comments, all to the Table Read Show, all spelled out, at gmail.com. Also, if you go to thetablereadshow.com, in the comments section, my website's just a WordPress site. So there should be, under each blog, a place to make comments. Yeah, right here, leave a comment. Leave your comment there. Again, anything. Hey, this sucks. You suck. This is great. I loved it. Or, we'd love, long notes. I mean, that's... with detail and ways to fix it or anything like that. So that's sort of the direction of the show. That's sort of the idea I had behind it when I started the podcast. I wanted to put the first one out just so when I try to get actors or whoever to come over and read, there was something physical they could look at. The podcast was on iTunes. I had a website. I wasn't just, inviting them over to murder them. This was a real thing, so I wanted to do that, and I was pretty happy with how it turned out, the show in general, and also the script that I wrote. One more point before I get into the notes on my script that I wrote and read last episode. We'll do an interview of the writer when we go over the notes and comments. I would love to get the writer on Skype, on the phone, in person if they're local to Vegas, and go over the notes with them and interview them about their writing process and just ask them a bunch of questions about what else they have, what do they like, where they see their script going, are they going to shelve it, are they going to keep working on it, all that good stuff. So I'll ask myself these questions since I was the writer for the first episode. But I really don't want this to be the Mikey Kelch show. I would love this. I just popped my knuckles. That's not good for the thing, but I'm too far in to delete it. Anyway, I don't want this to be just the Mikey Kelch show. I want to get a lot of, different kinds of scripts, shorts, features, comedy, horror, sci-fi, any genre. Send them in, kid stuff. I'd love to do, some clean episodes would be nice. It'd probably help build our fan base a little bit, I can only imagine. But yeah, anything you got, send them in. We'll probably stick to shorts the first few episodes. You'll notice they're shorts or they're TV shows, just to get going. The first few episodes. This is my, I've never done a podcast before. It's my very first podcast, and it's kind of a lot of production. So that's something that we'll probably do. But send those features in. We will definitely get to them. We'll love to read them, and then we'd love to talk about them. The only thing I do want to mention is nothing adapted. Not that I have anything against them, but one, I want to focus on original scripts for the screen, and two, I have no idea how copyright works. I'm not a lawyer. I've never played one on TV. I have no idea how that works. I don't want to get sued. As you can tell, this show is brought to you commercial free. So we are not sponsored. I don't have the money to get sued. I don't want anything to do with that. So anyway, on that bleak note, let's get into the notes about my very first episode, Porcelain Time Machine, written by myself.